most welcome to Divine Public School. Myself, Shalindri Pandey, going to discuss about chapter Microorganisms, Friend and Foe of Class 8. Starting with the introduction. As we all know that our earth constitutes of many organisms, in which today we will deal about microorganisms. What are microorganisms? Let us see. The living organisms which are too small to be seen with naked eyes are called microorganisms. In Greek, micros means small and organismos means organism. They cannot be seen through our naked eye. They can be seen only with the help of microscope. That's why they are called as microbes or microorganisms. The study of microorganisms is called microbiology, and the scientists who study them are called microbiologists. Now let us know about that where these microorganisms live, means habitat of microorganisms. They are found almost in all kinds of environment like air, water, soil, food items, sewage, hot water spring and even inside the body of living organisms. It forms a hard outer covering around their body called cyst, which protects them from unfavorable conditions, and when favorable conditions return, they emerge from their cyst, multiply and complete their life cycles. Let us discuss about types of microorganisms. There are mostly 5 types of microorganisms. They are bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa, virus. Let us discuss them one by one. Bacteria. In singular, bacteria is known as bacterium. Bacteria are microscopic organisms which have cell walls but do not have nucleus. Some bacteria are autotrophs but most are heterotrophs, means some bacteria can prepare their own food with the help of photosynthesis but most of them are dependent on them. The size of bacteria varies from 0.2 to 100 microns. There are 4 different forms of bacteria. They are cocci. In singular, cocci is called as coccus. These are round shaped. Example is Staphylococcus. Bacilli. In singular, they are bacillus. These are rod-shaped bacteria. Example Salmonella typhi. Spiral. In singular, spiral is called as Spirillum. These are like spiral shaped. Example Treponema. Curved. These are comma-shaped bacteria. Example Vibrio. Fungi. In singular, fungi is called as fungus. Fungi have cell wall and nucleus in their cells but do not have chloroplast, means they are not able to perform photosynthesis. These are saprotrophs, that is, they feed on dead remains of plants and animals. Almost all fungi are microscopic except mushroom. Yes, mushroom is also a fungi. They may be unicellular like yeast or multicellular like moles. The body of fungi is made up of slender thread-like filaments called as hyphae, and the mass of hyphae is called mycelium. There are 4 types of fungi. They are yeast, mildews, penicillium and mushroom. Yeast are spherical in shape like Candida, Saccharomyces. Mildew, some of them are parasitic on plants like potato, grapes, etc. Penicillium. They form a network of hyphae on the substrate on which they grow like Rhizopus, Penicillium, etc. Mushroom. These are composed of thousands of interwoven hyphae like Agaricus. Algae. In singular, algae is known as alga. Alga are simple plants having no roots, leaves and stem, but they have chlorophyll, means they are able to prepare their own food with the help of photosynthesis. They flourish on moist surface and water. The size of algae can vary from 1 micron to several meters. They can be unicellular and multicellular. They can be classified as following, like green algae, Chlamydomonas spirogyra, brown algae, Sargassum, Fucus, red algae, Gelidium, blue-green algae, Nostoc, Anabaena oscillatoria, diatoms, Pinularia, Cyclotella. Protozoa. In singular, protozoa are known as protozoan. Protozoa are simple, minute, unicellular organisms that exhibit animal-like characteristics, but they do not have cell wall. They are found in freshwater pools, tanks, moist soil, and also in other animals. The size of protozoa ranges from 2 to 200 micron. They can be free-living, symbiotic, or parasitic. Some common examples are amoeba, paramecium, euglena, trypanosoma, etc. Viruses, the most burning topic nowadays. Viruses are tiny organisms that may cause mild to severe illness in humans, animals, and plants. This may include flu or cold to something more life-threatening like HIV, AIDS, COVID-19, etc. The most serious issue is that they cannot be seen under the ordinary microscope. The size varies from 0.015 micron to 0.2 micron. They cannot grow or multiply on their own, but need to enter a human or animal cell and take over the cell to help them multiply. They are of different shapes like rod, polygonal, spherical, or cubical. The viruses which affects bacteria are called bacteriophage. They cannot reproduce themselves. They reproduce inside the living body and use the energy of host organisms. That's why viruses are considered to be on the borderline of living and non-living organisms. Some examples of viruses are polio virus, rabies virus, tobacco mosaic virus, or COVID-19 virus, etc. Microorganisms and us. There is a relationship between microorganisms and us, as microorganisms plays an important role in our lives. Some of them are beneficial in many ways, where some are harmful and cause diseases too. Here is one arrow diagram in which microorganisms are useful in many ways. Microorganisms are used by people to make food and medicines. Microorganisms are too useful for our ecosystem. They play role in decomposing to recycle the nutrients. Friendly microorganisms. Many microorganisms are friendly to us. They are useful for various purposes such as making of curd and bread. Milk turns into curd by bacteria named lactobacillus. It promotes the formation of bacteria, it multiplies in milk and converts milk into curd. Bacteria are also involved in making of cheese, pickles and many other food items. It is also used in baking industry for making breads, as bacteria and yeast are also useful for fermentation. Yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. Bubbles of the gas fill the dough and increase its volume. Thus, it helps the bread dough to rise. Commercial use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are commercially useful for the large-scale production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid. Acetic acid is also known as vinegar. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this, it is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juices, etc. and thus converts into alcohol by the fermentation process. Yeast are single-celled fungi that contain special enzymes. It breaks sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide gas bubbles out of the fermenting solution into the air, leaving a mixture of ethanol and water. Medicinal use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are useful for the medicinal purpose also. The medicine which kill or stop the growth of disease-causing organisms are called antibiotics. These are designed to destroy bacteria by weakening their cell walls. They are prepared by growing specific microorganisms on a large scale to cure diseases. Many antibiotics like streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin are prepared by using bacteria and fungi. Penicillium are prepared by fungus Penicillium notatum. Vaccines. Vaccines are prepared against several infectious diseases like smallpox, tuberculosis, cholera, polio, etc. When a pathogen enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight against it and thus protects the body. The body also has memory to fight against these infections if it occurs again in future. That's why when dead or weakened microbes are introduced into a healthy body, the body fights and kills them by producing specific antibodies. These antibodies provide immunity and protect us from further infection. This is how vaccine works. Increasing soil fertility. Microorganisms are useful for increasing the soil fertility as they help in recycling of nitrogen in the environment. The microbes like blue-green algae and rhizobium fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich the soil and increase its fertility. These bacteria live in root nodules of leguminous plant like gram, peas, etc. and absorb nitrogen from the air and convert it into nitrates. The nitrates are then absorbed by the plant as natural fertilizers. These microbes are also called as biological nitrogen fixers. Cleaning the environment. Microorganisms are also useful for cleaning our environment. Microorganisms like bacteria and fungi decompose biodegradable waste and gets absorbed by the plants. Thus, they help in cleaning the environment by recycling the nutrients. Composts are also made by the function of microorganisms on plants and animal waste. Bacteria are also used in decomposition of sewage. They degrade the harmful smelly substance present in sewage and make it less harmful for the environment. Algae can carry out photosynthesis and produces oxygen and thus help in purifying the air. Now let us know about harmful microorganisms. Some microorganisms cause diseases in plants and animals. Such disease-causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms grow in food substances and produce toxic substances and makes the food poisonous. Food poisoning causes illness and even death. Some microorganisms spoil materials like clothing, leather, wool, etc. Let us know about disease-causing microorganisms in humans. Disease-causing microorganisms enter our body through air, water, food, contact or insects. These microorganisms are called pathogens. Diseases which can spread from an infected person to a healthy person are called communicable diseases. For example, cholera, common cold, chickenpox, tuberculosis, etc. Some insects and animals act as carriers of these diseases. For example, housefly, female Anopheles mosquito for malaria, female Aedes mosquito for dengue fever, etc. All mosquitoes breed in water, hence one should not let water collect anywhere like cooler, pots, etc. By keeping the surrounding clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding and reproduction of these mosquitoes. Disease-causing organisms in plants. Microorganisms cause disease in plants like rice, wheat, potato, sugarcane, apple, orange, etc. These diseases reduce crop yield. They can be controlled by using chemicals which kill the microbes. Here, some common human diseases caused by microorganisms are given below. As well, some common plant diseases caused by microorganisms are given below. Now, let us know about food preservation. As food is spoiled by microorganisms, spoiled food has bad smell and bad taste and also causes food poisoning. Thus, it should be preserved by protecting it from microorganisms. Food can be preserved by different methods. Some food preservation methods are given below. Chemical method. Food like pickles can be preserved by using chemicals like salts and edible oils. Jams and squashes can be preserved by using chemicals sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfite. These chemicals are also called as preservatives. By using common salt, food items like fish, meat, amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, etc. can be preserved by using common salt. It prevents the growth of microbes. By using sugar, food items like jams, jellies, squashes, etc. can be preserved by using sugar solution. It prevents the growth of microbes. By using oil and vinegar, food items like pickles, vegetables, fish, meat, etc. can be preserved by using oil and vinegar. It also prevents the growth of microbes. By heat and cold treatments, heating food items kills microbes. Similarly, storing food items at low temperatures also prevents growth of microbes. Pasteurization. The process of heating milk to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilling it to prevent the growth of microbes is called pasteurization. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. By storage and packaging. Many food items are stored in airtight containers to protect them from microbes. Nitrogen cycle. The nitrogen in the atmosphere is converted into nitrogen compounds in the soil by nitrogen fixing bacteria and blue-green algae. Lightning also converted into nitrogen compounds in the soil. The nitrogen compounds in the soil is used by plants for the synthesis of proteins and other compounds. Animals feeding on plants get these proteins and other compounds. When plants and animals die, bacteria and fungi in the soil converts the nitrogenous waste into nitrogen compounds in the soil, which are again used by plant. Some other bacteria convert some nitrogen compounds in the soil into nitrogen gas, which goes back into the atmosphere. Hence, the nitrogen in the atmosphere almost remains constant. Here, nitrogen cycle is given below. Let's have some fun with this activity. To understand the use of fermentation, take some wheat flour or maida, add some sugar in it. Mix both with warm water. Add a small amount of yeast powder and knead to make a soft dough. If you don't have yeast powder, you can use curd. Observation. After 2 hours, we can observe that wheat flour added with yeast is raised. Result. It shows the action of yeast on flour through the process called food fermentation. At last, here is an assignment for you all related to this chapter. Complete it. Thank you. Stay healthy and stay safe.